draft. So he was in the All-Star Conference, 21-6 last season. Was this a respectable offer for Ben Simmons?
Yes, I think it was a respectable offer for Ben Simmons. I know they were offered James Harden last year, but that ship is sailed. Grand opening, grand closing. Right now, the here today is Malcolm Brogdon is a player that hits shots, plays defense, is a good character guy. He fits better on Philadelphia right now than Ben Simmons does. And get a first-round pick. I might look at that if I was Philly.
Can't wait to see what happens with that situation. Will Ben stay or will he go? Hey, is he going to play in Philadelphia next season? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I don't know.
See, you pointed me being the media. You're supposed to.
It's been 2 days since the Sixers' stunning loss on their home floor to the Hawks, eliminating the 1 seed in the East in the second round of playoffs. Now, earlier today, during a segment on First Take, Stephen A. Smith read a text he received during the show from someone very close to the situation that said, Ben Simmons doesn't work, doesn't listen, and everyone around him is family. He is constantly babied. You can imagine how that's playing out in a city like Philadelphia. Sixers VP Daryl Morey will have a busy offseason trying to figure out the next step. Michelle Steele has more in tonight's SportsCenter report.
It is a stunner in South Philly.
Not so sunny in Philadelphia. 48 hours after a devastating Game 7 loss at home, Ben Simmons' love is hard to find.
I've never been more embarrassed for an athlete in my life watching sports, more than I did Ben Simmons in this series.
I'm still stunned sitting here that we didn't win the Game 7 at home.
Sixers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey facing lots of questions about the team's max contract point guard who was MIA offensively from the field and the foul line.
Can you tell us that Ben Simmons will be a 76er next season?
Not addressing Ben Simmons, but any move that will help our team win the championship or improve our odds, we will look at and do if it makes sense.
This wasn't the process Sixers fans envisioned. Question marks surrounding a young, talented core after another second-round exit. But whether Morey makes an aggressive move following a playoff flameout for one of his star players will be a storyline for the rest of the offseason.
Ultimately, you win or lose mostly with your players. It's my job to get the best players. We didn't have quite good enough players. We've got a good foundation. We just have to do better. I have to do better. Everyone has to do better.
When asked how Simmons could get better at the line and as a shooter, Morey said that head coach Doc Rivers and Simmons spoke, quote, for a long time about it and added that everybody needs to figure out how to improve. I'm Michelle Steele for ESPN.
All right, with that, we're going to bring Stephen A. Smith back in. We're getting ready for SportsCenter. Stephen A., top of the hour right here on ESPN. We just saw Daryl Morey featured prominently in that piece, Stephen A. Ben Simmons' draft stock has never been lower. What would your advice to Morey be right now?
Trade him. Move him. I said it a couple of days ago. I said it yesterday. I didn't stutter either day, and I ain't stuttering now. Ben Simmons needs to go. He doesn't need to be in Philadelphia any longer. It's not because he can't play. He was my defensive player of the year. I had a vote. That's who I voted for, not Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert was second on the list. Ben Simmons was first. He should be the defensive player of the year. Going downhill, he's an absolutely elite player. He's 24 years of age. He's 6'10". He's got a nasty handle. Passing skills, basketball IQ is very, very high. Incredibly unselfish. All of those things come along with it. You're not talking about giving up on him because he can't play. You're saying that at some point in time, that might not be the right environment for you because you were asking him for 4 years to improve his jump shot. He ignored coaches. He ignored assistant coaches. He ignored teammates. He ignored his agent. He ignored family members. He ignored everybody because he liked being in LA. He liked being in South Beach. He liked saying, I went to the gym to play as opposed to going to the gym to actually work on my game. And it came back to bite him because the only thing that you could say about Ben Simmons is that he can't shoot. Period. We said it to Doc Rivers. We said it to Daryl Morey. We said it to Elton Brand. We said it to Joel Embiid. We said it to Tobias Harris. Everybody. And every single person came to his defense until he threw him under the bus by putting forth that putrid offensive performance in Eastern Conference semifinals. 5 games in a 7-game series, he did not even attempt a shot in the fourth quarter. 7 games in a series, he shot 34% from the field. I'm sorry, it was really 32%, but he shot 34% for the entire postseason from the free throw line. In an era in which, in a lifetime in which we've seen Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I'm sorry, not Kareem, Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain, and others struggle horridly from the free throw line, he eclipsed them with his ineptitude, and he's your primary ball handler and decision maker. I'm sorry, that doesn't spell championship. That spells going to the playoffs and going home, because Giannis is in the Eastern Conference. KD, James Harden, and Kyrie will be waiting next year. The Atlanta Hawks are here. Miami will come back. Too many damn options. If your primary ball handler can't shoot, and everybody knows it, then what you need to do is use them to get viable assets, like an Andrew Wiggins with first-round picks from Golden State, like a C.J. McCollum from the Portland Trailblazers. Somebody that can shoot and won't waste away the best years of Joel Embiid's career. Everybody knows it. Not everybody wants to say it, so I'm doing it for them. He has to go.
It's funny that you mentioned Shaq, because even Shaq was like, yeah, I was horrible at the free throw line, but I certainly didn't change.
A little bit of that Doc Rivers, what he would say about Ben Simmons. Well, you know, the thing about Ben right now is we're gonna work with him, man. I really like the kid. He's got some tools, and you know, Sam is gonna work with him a little bit in the shooting. And you don't want to ever give up on a guy that you feel you could use in trade bait. That is so on point. Like, that's a really good Doc Rivers. Now, can you do Mike Tannenbaum? Oh, God, stop. Here's take it. No, y'all stop, man. You gave us the vowels. You gave us every vowel there, Alan. What? It was funny, Doc. Now, see, the Doc was really good, though. Now, I hope that dry, shredded wheat stays stuck in your throat. You look like this shredded Doc. I don't know if you caught Alan. On that right. So when he first came out and was like, I'm not sure Ben Simmons is a championship point guard. Yeah. And then the next day, you saw him quickly change up that tone, right? We had because to. Now you have to sell. You have to sell. So yeah, well, like, because sell him. Devalue because the first statement was an emotional statement. I know. The first one is emotion. You're still, you got that, you know, and you get working out and you're done working out and you sit there and you still feel the steam coming off your body. That's where he was at with Ben Simmons initially. And then he realized when it calmed down, Jay,